For the chosen among us, the old saying has a deeper meaning. Speech is silver, but silence is gold. On the journey we undertake, certain sacred aspects of our mission must be protected from the outside world. Not everyone can understand or support the divine tasks at hand, and sometimes sharing too much can lead to unnecessary obstacles. Energy, intentions, and spiritual endeavors often require privacy in order to flourish without being hindered by the doubts or negativity of others. The importance of discernment cannot be overstated for the chosen ones. Our plans, visions, and divine inspirations are treasures that must be guarded until the right moment. Sharing prematurely can not only disrupt the manifestation process, but also expose us to those charged with envy or those who might want to derail our efforts. It is essential to recognize that some ears are not prepared to hear the weight of our words, and some hearts may not honor the sanctity of our aspirations. God imparts wisdom through lessons of moderation and timing. As chosen ones, we learn that our power often lies in our ability to keep certain matters confidential, protecting them from outside influences. This silence is not just an omission, but a strategic decision to protect the sanctity of our divine mission. By keeping our plans closely guarded, we navigate our path with a strategic mind, ensuring that when we share, it is with those who truly align with our spiritual journey. Consider the biblical wisdom that says, "A fool expresses all his feelings, but a wise man restrains them." Proverbs 29:11. See how strong that is. The wise keep it secret until the end. That's the wise man. Now the fool expresses everything, opens his mouth and talks about everything. I want to be wise. I don't know about you, but I want to be wise because this life doesn't give us room to make mistakes all the time. This scripture highlights a profound truth applicable to our lives as chosen ones. Our strength often lies in what we choose not to divulge. The discipline of silence preserves the purity of our intentions and the integrity of our spiritual efforts, allowing us to build and progress without interference. As you move forward, reflect on the power of your words and the greater power of your silence. Are there dreams you hold, plans you draw up, that should remain tucked away in your inner sanctum? Are there people around you who seem to be allies, but who don't fully understand the sacredness of your calling? When you get close to your relatives and friends and tell them everything that's going on in your life, are you being wise? Being wise means recognizing that not all the pieces of your divine puzzle need to be exposed for all to see. Before I begin, please like this video so that it can bless the lives of many others. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do so. I'm going to teach you how to hear God's voice and understand spiritual matters. After watching, if you can, share this video with others. Now, let's delve into the 6 things you shouldn't expose in order to keep certain aspects of your life protected. The first thing you should keep secret is future projects and plans. This principle, rooted in wisdom, echoes the biblical teaching that there is a right time for everything, including a time to talk about your efforts. Premature discussions about plans not yet started or in their early stages can halt their progress or lead to their demise. Many ventures fail to move forward precisely because they are talked about too soon. Words can be powerful catalysts, but when it comes to immature plans, they can attract negative energies or even sabotage them. The risk comes not only from potential competitors or opponents, but, surprisingly, often from those who are part of our close circles. Sometimes even well-meaning individuals can unwittingly become conduits for negative outcomes, carrying the energy of envy or doubt. People, often driven by their insecurities or desires, can act as joy thieves or energy vampires, sapping the vitality of your ideas before they have a chance to manifest. It is therefore essential to be judicious about who you trust with your valuable insights. Not everyone who seems innocent and sympathetic may genuinely want you to succeed. Sometimes their subconscious motives can influence their reactions and interactions with you. It is therefore advisable to discuss your plans only with those who are directly involved in their realization or with those who genuinely support your growth and success. By restricting the disclosure of your intentions, you minimize the risk of exposing your plans to premature scrutiny or jealousy, thus preserving the integrity and potential of your projects. In short, if your project or plan is not yet underway, it's best to keep it secret. Speak only when necessary, and only to those who need to know or who are involved in the development and execution of your plans. This practice isn't just about being secretive. It's about remaining strategically silent, ensuring that when you do speak, your words lead to empowerment, not to the endangerment of your projects. The second thing you shouldn't expose is your past battles. As chosen ones, we walk a path that requires not only courage, but also wisdom in what we choose to reveal about our journeys, especially when it comes to battles from our past. There are main reasons why discussing certain struggles we have encountered and overcome should be approached with caution. While some of our victories can serve as powerful testimonies of faith and perseverance, not all past experiences are beneficial to share widely. Firstly, it is crucial to understand that not everyone will interpret the sharing of their past struggles in a positive way. For some, knowledge of previous challenges can be seen as a weakness. This perception can affect the way they treat you, potentially undermining the respect or authority you command in your current endeavors. There are individuals who can exploit this information, using it not to uplift or create empathy, but to criticize or diminish your achievements. Furthermore, discussing certain past battles doesn't always bring benefits. In some cases, it can cause more harm than good. Some of your past experiences, although crucial to your personal growth, can evoke unwanted pity, unnecessary gossip, or even scandal when shared inappropriately. This can divert attention from your current contributions and spiritual mission, focusing instead on what you left behind. It is also advisable to consider the impact that revealing these parts of your story could have on your reputation and relationships. While transparency can sometimes foster deeper connections, indiscriminate sharing can lead to misunderstandings and misjudgments. Therefore, it is essential to weigh up the potential results of discussing old battles. Will sharing this part of your past serve a constructive purpose, or could it lead to misunderstandings or setbacks? As such, the chosen ones must practice discretion and discernment. Share your past battles selectively, choosing contexts and audiences that will understand and draw strength from your experiences rather than using them against you. In doing so, make sure that your past serves as a basis for growth and a testimony of overcoming rather than a vulnerability that others can exploit. While it's important to recognize where we come from, not every chapter of our past needs to be open to discussion. Being judicious about what we share ensures that we will be remembered not for the battles we fought, but for the wisdom and strength we gained from them. The third thing you should keep quiet about is the details of your goals. On the journey towards achieving our goals, there is immense power in discretion, especially when it comes to the details of our plans. The specifics of your goals should be treated as confidential, shared only with those who are integral to their execution. This selective sharing is not intended to promote secrecy, but rather to protect the integrity and potential of that goal. Consider the analogy of baking a cake to sell. While it is essential that people know about the cake, its availability, appeal, and purpose, the ingredients and the unique recipe you use are your proprietary secrets. These details must remain confidential to maintain your competitive advantage and uniqueness, just like Coca-Cola, which thrives globally, partly because it has never divulged its full recipe. The company's success lies in its ability to keep its formula a closely guarded secret, which keeps the product unique and unreplicable. Similarly, when it comes to your goals and projects, the end product may be public, but the ingredients, the specific strategies, plans, and innovative approaches you employ, should remain known only to those directly involved in helping you realize those goals. Sharing these details with anyone outside this circle can lead to the theft or misuse of ideas, which can jeopardize the success of the project. Who benefits from knowing the specifics of your plans? Only those who are working on the project with you, or those who can offer direct support in materializing these plans, should be aware. Discussing these details outside of this group serves no constructive purpose and opens the door to potential sabotage or unnecessary interference. In short, maintain a judicious level of openness about your objectives. The broader vision can be shared to attract interest and support, but the critical details, the secret sauce of your success, should only be shared with a select group that is committed to helping you succeed. This approach not only protects your projects, but also fosters an environment of trust among your team, where each member knows their role and the value of the confidentiality they must maintain. The fourth thing you should omit is personal joys. I've learned the importance of keeping personal achievements discreet. Sharing openly can sometimes lead to misinterpretations and negative reactions. For example, when friends share photos of exotic vacation spots, I've noticed that not all reactions are positive. Some people harbor envy or find it difficult to genuinely celebrate the happiness of others. They may not understand the effort behind these achievements and only see the result, which can lead to resentment or jealousy. What's more, sharing these personal joys on social media or in public forums can attract unwanted attention. Even simple posts about family trips or personal milestones can become the target of negative comments from those who haven't and may envy those who do. The sad reality is that not everyone can appreciate the good in other people's lives without feeling diminished. This behavior underlines a wider social issue, where people often struggle to rejoice in someone else's good fortune. The evil eye, a metaphor for envy and malice, is real and can profoundly impact our lives. Many have experienced setbacks, not only because of their own failures, but because the negativity of others can sometimes hinder our energy and progress. The wisdom in keeping personal joys private is not just about protecting ourselves from negativity. It's also about nurturing a healthy environment around us. By not showing off our successes, we avoid giving others reason to feel inadequate or jealous. We maintain harmony and encourage a culture where personal achievements are recognized without becoming a source of comparison or conflict. While it is natural to feel joyful and proud of our achievements, the path we have chosen often requires a more reserved approach. Let people see and recognize your successes through the life you lead, rather than the joys you announce. This approach helps safeguard your peace and preserves the integrity of your personal and spiritual journey. The fifth vital aspect of maintaining privacy is your financial situation. Whether you're struggling with debt or thriving economically, sharing these details can lead to unintended consequences. If you reveal that you are in debt, people may judge you as disorganized or reckless, often focusing on what they consider irresponsible spending. Discussing financial difficulties may not generate the empathy you're hoping for. Instead, it could make your situation worse, as it could lead other people to see your openness as a request for financial help. On the other hand, if you are in a solid financial position, sharing this information can also be problematic. It can evoke envy and lead to uncomfortable situations in which people may start asking for loans or financial assistance, seeing your prosperity as an opportunity to benefit themselves. This dynamic can damage relationships and create an environment where your financial situation overshadows personal connections. It's therefore best to keep your financial situation confidential and only discuss it with those who can provide genuine, non-judgmental help. This includes financial advisors or consultants equipped to offer professional advice and help organize your finances. If spiritual or emotional support is needed, it is crucial to choose the right spiritual leaders, those who have demonstrated wisdom and are not burdened by their own financial problems. Discussing financial issues should be done cautiously and selectively. Not all religious leaders or spiritual advisors have the experience to offer financial guidance, and not all are in a position to provide good advice if their own financial lives are in disarray. When seeking advice, look for people who have successfully managed their own finances and whose advice is based on practical and spiritual wisdom. Maintain your financial privacy to avoid unnecessary judgments, reduce the risk of envy, and prevent potential exploitation of your economic situation. Share your financial data only with trusted advisors and close family members who think of your best interests. This approach not only protects your financial integrity, but also preserves the quality of your relationships and personal peace. The sixth thing, particularly pertinent in difficult times, don't openly express your despair. Whether you're overly enthusiastic about a new house, car, or any other personal thrill, or you're going through a moment of crisis, maintaining composure and discretion is vital. Publicly displaying desperation, such as excessively praising a house you want to buy or sharing your crises on social media, can lead to negative results. For example, in a negotiation, showing too much enthusiasm can eliminate any advantage you may have, potentially increasing the price or reducing the discounts available. Similarly, sharing your emotional moments on social platforms can expose you to errors of judgment or even harsh criticism from others who may perceive you as attention-seeking or playing the victim. Instead of expressing your frustrations or enthusiasm publicly, it's wiser to turn to trusted channels. Talking to God in private prayer can provide consolation and guidance without the risk of misunderstanding or public judgment. Today, more than ever, it is essential to be cautious about how we express our challenges and who we turn to for support. In our digital age, it's tempting to share our difficulties on social media, seeking comfort or immediate solutions. However, this can lead to misunderstandings and judgments that only make matters worse. People often don't fully understand what we're going through, and their reactions can sometimes be less helpful and more damaging. Today I felt compelled to talk about this during my morning prayer, reflecting on how some have misused my videos or misinterpreted my intentions online. Instead of resorting to public forums in times of crisis, it is more prudent to seek comfort in private prayer or to discuss your problems with people you trust. I often find solace just talking to one friend or another. These are people who really understand and offer the necessary support without judgment or exploitation. Also, remember that sometimes those we expect to help us may not be able to provide the assistance we need. In these moments, turning to God is invaluable. God knows our hearts and our struggles intimately. He can provide the help that no human being can. Many times divine help has come to me in unexpected ways, sometimes even from strangers moved by God to offer assistance. So keep your moments of despair between you and God, or a few trusted advisors. As I've said before, speech is silver, but silence is gold. This saying captures the essence of dealing with our struggles with discretion. By doing so, you protect yourself from potential negativity and maintain your dignity. Finally, the seventh thing you shouldn't reveal is your addictions. For the chosen ones, the imperative to manage addictions goes beyond personal well-being. It is intertwined with their spiritual mission. Overdependence on substances, relationships, or social systems can create vulnerabilities that can be exploited, not just socially, but spiritually. Such dependencies, when perceived as weaknesses, can subject the chosen to manipulation or abuse, undermining their divine purpose and mission. Given the higher risks, it is crucial that the chosen are exceptionally cautious about revealing any addictions to the public. Doing so could expose them to attacks from both physical and spiritual adversaries, who could use these weaknesses to derail their spiritual progress and effectiveness. In the context of those facing health or financial problems, the chosen ones should seek discreet and spiritually aligned support. Revealing vulnerabilities in unsympathetic or opportunistic circles can lead to humiliation and loss of respect, which can be detrimental to their spiritual authority and effectiveness. To counter these risks, the chosen are encouraged to cultivate self-reliance and develop new, healthier habits that support their spiritual and worldly missions. This can include deepening their spiritual practices, seeking guidance from trusted spiritual advisors, and potentially moving away from environments or relationships that perpetuate harmful addictions. Ultimately, maintaining privacy about vulnerabilities is crucial for the chosen. It protects not only their personal integrity, but also their spiritual potency. By carefully managing what they reveal and to whom, the chosen ones can safeguard their divine mission and maintain the respect and authority needed to fulfill their roles effectively. This strategic discretion ensures that they continue to serve as pillars of strength and spiritual guidance in their communities. So, my friends, I advise you to practice discretion when revealing certain aspects of your lives for several compelling reasons. Firstly, sharing sensitive information about personal endeavors, past battles, one's financial situation, and moments of despair can expose one to undue scrutiny, jealousy, and even exploitation. Such exposures can not only undermine personal and spiritual progress, but also attract negative energies that can harm one's divine mission. In addition, maintaining privacy helps preserve the sanctity of the spiritual journey. It allows the chosen ones to develop and nurture their plans and personal growth without outside interference, ensuring that when they choose to share, it is from a position of strength and fulfillment, not vulnerability. Finally, in the spiritual context, secrecy is often a form of wisdom. It protects the sacredness of divine revelations and ensures that the chosen ones can fulfill their missions with minimal distraction and maximum clarity. By selectively sharing information only with those who truly support and understand their divine purpose, the chosen ones can maintain a focused and fruitful path towards fulfilling their spiritual duties. We like to think that everyone is interested in every aspect of our personal lives, but unfortunately, this is rarely the case. There are conversations that you should only have in certain environments, and others that you shouldn't have at all. Learn to make this distinction to make sure you don't become an oversharer. Don't get discouraged if you're doing any of the above. Just start thinking about how you're going to improve from now on. So, practicing discretion is not just a protective measure, but a strategic approach to living a purposeful and spiritually aligned life. Let's walk wisely, keeping our most precious revelations silent until divine timing signals their release. This is the path of the chosen ones, guarded, sacred, and profoundly powerful.